The last laugh. The evening sun painted the sky with shades of orange as Obinna slowly made his way home from school, his torn school bag hanging loosely over his shoulder. His classmates' laughter still echoed in his mind. "You'll always be poor." Those words cut deeper than he wanted to admit. As he approached the village stream, he noticed someone struggling to lift a heavy clay pot filled with water. It was Amara. She was the daughter of a local palm wine tapper, known throughout Umuaka not for wealth, but for her kindness. She greeted everyone with a smile, helped the elderly without being asked, and never mocked those who had less than she did. She tried lifting the pot again. It wouldn't budge. Obinna hurried over. "Let me help." Amara looked up and smiled warmly. "I knew you'd say that." He laughed softly. "Is it written on my forehead?" "No. It's written in your heart." For a moment, Obinna forgot every insult he had received that day. He carried the heavy pot all the way to her family's compound. When they arrived, Amara reached into a basket and handed him 2 ripe mangoes. "It's all I have." Obinna shook his head. "You don't have to." She gently placed them into his hands. "My father always says a grateful heart never becomes poor." Those simple words stayed with him all night. Days turned into weeks. Every morning, they met on the dusty road leading to school. Sometimes they talked. Sometimes they walked in silence. Sometimes they simply smiled at each other. To Obinna, those walks became the happiest part of his day. One afternoon, heavy rain began pouring as school ended. Students rushed into expensive cars waiting outside. Obinna stood under the classroom roof, watching the rain. He couldn't afford transport. He would have to walk. Suddenly, someone stood beside him. It was Amara. She opened an old blue umbrella. "It's big enough for 2." Together they walked through the rain, laughing as muddy water splashed around their feet. That afternoon became one of Obinna's favorite memories. Months passed. One evening, during the village's annual New Yam festival, colorful lanterns decorated every street. Drums echoed through the air as dancers performed in the village square. Amara wore a simple blue dress her mother had sewn by hand. She looked beautiful. Obinna could hardly find the courage to speak. "You look." He stopped. She smiled. "I look, what?" He scratched the back of his head. Like the stars decided to become a person. Amara laughed so hard that tears formed in her eyes. "That's the strangest compliment anyone has ever given me. But I like it." That night, beneath the moonlight, they sat under an ancient mango tree overlooking the village. Obinna looked at the stars. "When I become successful, I'll build my mother a real house. I'll make sure she never goes hungry again. And maybe..." He hesitated. Amara tilted her head. "Maybe what?" He took a deep breath. "Maybe I'll ask the girl I love to spend the rest of her life with me." Amara's cheeks turned pink. "What if she says yes?" Obinna smiled. "Then I'll become the luckiest man alive." She slowly reached for his hand. "I think..." She would. For the first time, their fingers intertwined. Neither of them wanted to let go. But not everyone was happy. Standing in the shadows was Ethan Okafor. He had watched everything. His fist tightened. How dare a poor nobody think he deserves her? His pride had already been wounded by Obinna's intelligence. Now his jealousy burned even hotter. If he couldn't be better than Obinna, he would destroy everything Obinna loved. A week later, the village buzzed with excitement. A convoy of luxury vehicles rode into Umuaka. Children ran after them in amazement. The vehicles stopped in front of the grandest mansion in the village. Out stepped Chief Richard Blackwell, a ruthless billionaire businessman with connections to powerful politicians and traditional rulers. He had come to invest in land surrounding the village, and whatever he wanted, he usually got. Beside him walked his only son, Ethan. Chief Blackwell looked around the village with cold, calculating eyes. Everything here has a price. Ethan smiled. Even people. His father adjusted his expensive suit. Especially people. The two exchanged a knowing look. Ethan pointed toward Amora, who was helping an elderly woman carry firewood. I want her. His father didn't ask whether she loved someone else. He didn't care. If that's what you want, leave it to me. Money had bought him land. Money had bought him power. Money had bought him silence. He believed money could also buy love. What he didn't realize was that true love is the one thing wealth cannot purchase. And before long, lies, jealousy, and greed would pull Obinna and Amora into a storm that would change their lives forever.